This is the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome, Motor Cop Chronicles podcast, midweek news. I'm your host, Iceman. Got a special co-host, my wife over here.
Hey, y'all.
Bam. Something come up with Holstera. Guess I'll find out later. And Freebird has a fuzzy hat meeting tonight, so I suckered her into helping me out because she really didn't want to. So we used to do another podcast together, so at least she's not like scared of it or something like that. What's up, AA Ron?
Hey, Aaron.
So, if you want a good cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com and use MotorCop15 and you will get 15% off of your order. They're delicious. So, go get you one of those. Let me jump over here to the Patreons, because to help me pay the bills. If you would like to get more Motor Cop Chronicles, you can join the Patreon. Extra episodes, videos, and all kind of other stuff. There's a 7-day free trial you can also try out. Or if times are tough, which I understand, I'm going to continue to put out the free stuff. We got Mr. William Gibo and Chad Jenkins is our hang-arounds, and then we got Mr. John DeMink is a full crew member. Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. T-Bird, Mr. Jim Pocrant, who's in the chat, is on Short Track podcast, Short Track Guys podcast for your racing and stuff like that. Mr. Hobby Hobson, a truck driver. Got AA Ron from My Headset podcast. He's probably going to call in with us on one of our stories later. We got Mr. Z Palmer. We got Roy Spalding. That's Roy with S, not Roy with P. We got JoJo, our favorite girl from down under. She is in the chat for a little while anyway. We got Miss Kaylee Norris and Natasha A. from Washington. And we got our OG crew member, Melissa Holstein. Always appreciate every single one of them. Also, if you'd like any Motor Cop merch, shirt I got on, shirt she's got on, you need to go to MotorCopChronicles.com, or you can go to Motor Cop Chronicles Etsy store and pick stuff out there also. With all that being said, really fast, we got, like I said, we got Billy G. Says Happy Wednesday over there on the YouTube, or Aaron is here. We got Alex Pethos in there, says the real boss is on tonight.
That's right. Hey, JoJo.
Oh, JoJo says she is on a 3-day break.
What?
Is it a holiday over there? Or you just took some time off? Like I said, we were missing you for a little while. Like I said, we didn't know if a kangaroo had gotten you, if you'd like knocked yourself out with a boomerang, or what had happened. So everything's going to be a little bit different tonight. Bam has did not get any of the stories whatsoever. So I got like 10 videos. So most of them are on videos. We're going to watch it. I'll most likely do most of the commentary on them, and she'll give us some of her input also. Oh, stress leave. I need some of that, some stress leave myself. I sure do. All right. So I guess we're going to jump on into it over here. The first one we have is a Connecticut officer, police department in Connecticut. There's a female officer got dispatched to, I believe, a disturbance. And she goes in, bad guy ends up getting shot. We're going to watch this, and then I'm going to break it down. I saw this video also earlier today on Leo Roundtable. I had some comments on it then also, and some of them agreed with me also. So let's jump over here to this video and we'll watch it, and then we'll talk about it. But that's basically what it is. She got dispatched to a disturbance. Of course, there's no sound in the beginning.
Hey, hey, hey,
Come here.
what's up?
Come outside.
What's happening? Why are we yelling at each other? Don't call me a bitch.
Come outside. Come inside.
Come here.
Shut up.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
Come here. I'm going to
Stop.
kill you. I'm going to kill you in a minute.
Stop.
You shut up, bitch. Get back.
not.
Get back.
Sebby, stop it
I
up.
told you to get back.
Stop.
Bitch.
All right, gotta stop. Okay, because I just have to go back right here. See when he swatted at her the first time?
Yeah, but he got her the second time.
Well, he swatted, still put his hands on her. He's being aggressive. At this moment, she should have went hands on, put this dude in the dirt on that floor, face down. Should have been hands on. Guy would have done that to me. I'd have been hands on. I'd have drove him to the ground and started cuffing him. Well, I don't understand. A lot of places, two people go. I don't know if backup is in route or what, but he's obviously very, very aggressive. She has no officer presence whatsoever. She does not have a command presence whatsoever. So, that's first of all, she should be fighting with him right now, hands on, or she should have pulled her taser out right at this moment and shot him with the taser and put him in the dirt right now. He's already put his hands on you and he's aggressive. So, we're going to keep on going.
Bitch, get back. Get back.
Sebby, stop it
I
up.
told you to get back.
Stop.
Bitch.
Stop it. You want to get tased?
I don't know what kind of a grip she's supposed to, what she's doing. Hold on. You got to hold to his arm, put him in a straight arm bar, wrist lock him, drive him into the ground. So. She done asked and said, you want to get tased? She done said it twice now. Why threaten at this point to the taser? Pull it out and use the damn thing.
You want to get tased? I'm going to tase you.
Show me.
Taser appointment.
And we say, she missed. She's hesitating. He knew it was coming. So she done missed with the taser.
Come on, bitch.
Put that down.
Now she done tackled her cheated. Now she's out the door unclosed. Now, this could turn into a barricaded subject at this point.
Put it down. Put it down. He's got a knife in his hand. Put the knife down. Put it down. Put it down. I'm going to sue you. Put it down. Put it down. Put the knife down.
I don't know what like talking is on the radio. She done radioed in and said he's got a knife. She should have said he's got a knife, send me back up. That dispatch should have 1033 the net, which means no traffic on it except for emergency traffic. I don't know what this guy is talking and stuff like that.
Put the knife down, sir. Put the knife down. I got him at gunpoint. Still got the knife. Put the knife down. Put it down.
I'll come after you right now.
Drop the knife, police. Drop the knife.
You have not.
Drop the knife.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shots fired. Multiple shots fired.
6 shots. She's at close quarters. First of all, why are you shooting and trying to key the mic at the same time? Forget about the radio at this point. I don't know where these other bullets were going. I'm sure they had to hit something. 1 bullet hit this man. 1 bullet. 6 shots. 1 bullet hit this man. Close quarters. At that distance and that range, she should have put at least all 6 of them in. So, one of them hit him in the thigh.
Shots fired on North Main Street. All units on shift. 242 North Main.
I got the knife.
And that's the end of it. The video. Why would you try to talk on? I'm not trying to Monday morning quarterback, but
Well, she's trying to run backwards, shoot her gun, and talk on the radio.
we train to take steps back while you're firing your weapon at close quarter. At this distance right here, she should not. First of all, I don't know why she's so worried about the radio. 2 hands on her gun, backing up. She should still be hitting him center mass. She had 2 hands on it right there. Missed. Obviously jerking the trigger because she hit him in the thigh, which was like right around here at this range. So she's jerking it down. Yeah. So just all kind of, thank God she didn't get hurt, but yeah, that definitely be a training video. She needs to go back to the range and some defensive tactics schools and stuff like that.
I felt embarrassed for her.
Billy said no. Yeah, she shouldn't have hesitated. Kelly's like, I wouldn't have allowed him to invade my space down for the count. Yeah, she should have done something to him. Yeah, I saw her tattoo. I'm not sure what it was. And JoJo said someone has been drawing on her arm. And Billy's like, that's where some bullets were going in that house. And yes, Kelly's right. Someone needs firearms. She definitely needs some more firearms training. I don't like beating up on other cops and nothing like that, but that could have went all kind of different ways bad. In an apartment complex and you missing, those bullets could have hit an innocent person and all kind of shit like that. So, yeah, that was that. Somebody definitely needs. She has no officer presence. She has no command presence or nothing like that. So, good thing she didn't get hurt. He got arrested, of course, but like I said, he didn't die. He should have had six bullets center mass. He should have blew his heart out the back of his chest there, putting that many bullets in him. But that's what happened. Got to train, people. Everybody's got to train. This next one right here, we're still in Connecticut. And pull the story up. This is kind of a crappy story. That's why I put it on there. First, we got a picture of the car right there. Connecticut, I think it's a state trooper in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Anyway, they had 10 vehicles altogether were involved in crashes. No major injuries, thank God. They had 2 state police units that were crashed in this incident. The wrecks began shortly after 11 p.m. Truck was leaking and caused extremely slick conditions on the interstate. A motorcycle rider even lost control and fell into the road. He ended up in the hospital with minor injuries. Vehicles were crashing into each other and the concrete barriers. Tractor trailer skidded into the Park State Trooper unit, which then struck a second parked cruiser in the median. Both cruisers were unoccupied, which is good, because if not, that 18-wheeler might have killed them. They had a total of 10 vehicles in the incident. Northbound lanes were closed for several hours while they were trying to clean up this mess. They did find the driver of the truck that was leaking, because somebody saw the name of the company on it. It was H.I. Stone and Son. They got the driver, they pulled him over, made him wait for police. He did get arrested and charged with reckless driving, careless endangerment, and failing to secure a load. He got out on jail on $25,000 bond. What was he leaking to cause such?
Was the leak coming from the truck or his trailer or what?
It was coming from his load.
Oh, well.
Because he was carrying. A tanker? Oh, it was a tanker. And this is what his load was.
Shut up. Why's my name got to be on it?
He was carrying a big load of shit. It was one of them it was a waste truck full of poop. And it was leaking shit all over the road. And everybody crashed into shit.
Ew. Ew. Well,
It's probably the shittiest crash any of those troopers ever worked. She's a better shot than her. Yeah, It was a big truck full of shit.
Oh no.
And the shit caused the crash. Could you imagine the smell out there?
Like the amount of shit it would have to be to cause slides on the road.
It was a shit ton of shit, obviously.
Gross.
To think that the firemen had to go out there and wash it off, probably. But anyway, that's why I said that was a shitty story.
That's very shitty.
I wish they'd had pictures of the shit on the road, but I couldn't find any of those.
Ew.
There have been some shitty pictures. Yes, it was an extremely crappy situation. I actually have had a call like this before, not with all the crashes, but it was a waste truck coming out of one of these chemical plants that a latch or something come undone, and all of this shit and stuff fell out on the road. The only difference was they got their own processing plant, and this had already been processed down, and it was actually like dry, and it didn't have no smell or nothing to it. I don't know what they used it for, but they had to bring out like bulldozers and shit to get the shit out of the road.
It goes through like this mixing process of like.
Why would you know about shit?
Because we have loads that go to our landfill from these plants, and they have to go through a process where the sludge is transformed into a solid waste.
Yeah, but anyway, then they use it to plant tomatoes in and make ketchup.
Oh my God.
Shitty ketchup. That's the ketchup they put in the McDonald's packets. It's made from turds.
Delicious.
It's worse than running over a skunk. I'm sure it was. That was sure was. Well, Aaron, let me plug you up here. If you want to call me, this is the story. This is in the state of Illinois. Illinois, or however you say it. Everybody always says I say it wrong. The Supreme Court up there has like totally, the Illinois Supreme Court has totally fucked shit up. Do not go to this state coming up because it's going to be extremely dangerous. Got a video also, so let me pull it up.
That's where we start tonight at 6. It is official. After a long, polarizing battle, Illinois is the first state in the country to get rid of cash bail.
The Illinois Supreme Court decision to uphold the controversial Safety Act announced today. CBS 2 investigator Megan Hickey reports on what it all means.
Megan Hickey.
Lavette Mays has been hoping for an end to cash bail since her 14-month stay here at the Cook County Jail.
If that is her maiden name, I bet you she got all kind of shit in school. With your last name being Hickey.
I would say so.
Well, she got any hickeys in school. She got any hickeys, and she got a long neck, so it's a possibility of it. And the ear thing she has in her ear right here makes her look like her ears
I just
freaking
want to push it back in.
Looks like it's deformed. Look at it. It looks like some growth.
Fix it.
She says she's still dealing with the repercussions, and she says she's happy that finances will no longer play a part as to whether someone is detained.
I don't think my family and other people, that would surround me would have suffered as much as I had suffered because I couldn't afford to pay my bond.
In 2015, Lavette Mays was charged for an altercation involving a family member. Because she couldn't pay her bond, she spent 14...
Hello. Hey, Ron.
Hello.
There you are. Aaron's going to talk to us with this story also because he lives in this state.
Yes, he does.
He might think it's kind of like that crash story. Full of shit.
Yeah.
Let me finish playing this video and then we'll talk about it. This lady right here who's saying, "Oh, I'm so happy." Well, she wouldn't be in jail if don't get put in jail. You won't have to worry about bond.
18 months in jail, separated from her children and unable to work.
For 571 days because I couldn't afford to pay my bond, which was the $25,000, and it made me lose my home. It made me lose my business.
Mays ultimately took a plea deal and was sentenced to no additional jail time. She's delighted to hear that in 2 months, cash bonds like hers won't exist in the state of Illinois.
This is not 100% get out of jail, like I said, free card. We will still be going by the laws of the state of Illinois. It just helps people who are in lower incomes be able to get up and go to work, take their kids to school, and all of this. It's just
if you wasn't in jail.
And what did she do to have such a high bond?
Yeah, I mean, this to me it couldn't have been a misdemeanor. I don't know, Aaron, do you know about it? Because $25,000 bond around here, you done committed a felony.
Yes.
Yeah, that's generally a felony level of money.
Yeah,
I mean, it may not be a hard felony, but it's still a felony.
Yeah, I mean, around here, you get popped with a misdemeanor, it's like a $500 bond. So, I mean, you got $25,000 bond. That means you got hit with a felony. She got credit for time served. Then she's like, oh, it's going to help people. Well, don't get your ass arrested. And you don't have to worry about losing your job.
Yeah, as a general rule, that's kind of common sense. But then again, around here, common sense don't really mean much.
So, let her finish talking. Hush
That's
up,
what it is.
The state's highest court overturned a ruling by a Kankakee County judge that the law ending cash bail was unconstitutional.
My apologies.
This means that as of September 18th, judges can no longer require people charged with a crime to pay a specific amount of money to leave jail while they await
I'm sorry,
trial.
did I call in too early?
Judges will only be allowed to keep someone in jail if they're deemed a threat to public safety.
No, stand by. I was just finishing off the video.
Okay, yeah.
But the rest of it's fine. Basically, if you get arrested in your state now, it sounds like, the only way you can be held in jail is if you are deemed a threat to the public. So who's the deciding factor on who's deeming who's a threat?
Yeah, that's actually kind of the big thing about it is it's kind of based on when they arrest you and book you. And they say, well, let's see, do we think this guy's actually, a menace, or are we going to let this nice honor roll student that was just in the wrong place at the wrong time back on the streets so he can go shoot the witnesses and whatnot? Because kind of seems like the way it's trending at this point.
Bam asked me, she said, well, if you kill somebody, it means they'll probably keep you in jail. I said, well, what happens if you got a lawyer that makes a good case? I was like, well, he's not a bad guy. He was just trying to kill that one person. So he's not a threat to nobody else because he already killed that person.
So if they have a target, fine. If they don't, then they're a danger to society?
Yeah, it's basically, it's a very poorly defined proposition at this point, because they're saying as long as they can say, oh, well, there's no imminent threat. And that's the other thing, too. It's not even that he's not a general threat. It's not that it's that the offender is not an imminent threat. So yeah, it's kind of like you said, oh, if you already popped whoever it is you're mad at, well, you're not a threat to them anymore because they're already in a box. And your word is good enough that you get to come back and you promise you'll show up when the judge says so, and you won't do nothing else wrong until you got to go explain why you shot, your buddy down the street, and it was just all a big misunderstanding.
They better get some money together to buy a whole bunch to hire more cops just to go pick people up on. But even if they miss court, though, you can't hold them in jail for missing court because they're not a threat. They just missed court. So you just go pick them up and give them a new court date and just let them back out.
Yeah, that's basically it. You bring them down to the central and you say, okay, now here's your new court date that you're going to blow off. You make sure you stay out of trouble until then.
So basically, you just keep missing court for you could drag a case out. Let's say it's a nonviolent drug offense. You selling drugs, so you're nonviolent, so they let you out. So I just don't go to court. Oh, I forgot. So 6 months to a year done passed. Then how long is it going to take them to eventually find you again? Probably until you get either pulled over or arrested for another crime. So then they're going to give you another court date because you're still not violent. So you could drag a court case out for a decade.
Yep, right up to the statute of limitations point.
Yeah. So good luck living over there.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't know a lot of people who are.
I mean, y'all must have a real liberal Supreme Court also.
Yeah, well, and honestly, it's going to get worse too, because like the new mayor-elect for Chicago has put forward his upcoming plans, and there ain't a whole lot about accountability or responsibility or anything else that's going to do any good for this situation. It's just,
Well, yeah, I mean, he's, don't talk bad about the little the scholars.
Yeah, no, they're all on their way to church to go see Mama and go read to the blind homeless and shit.
I really did not think that you could do worse than Beetlejuice. And
Chicago took it as a challenge.
And they elected this idiot. It's like, can we find somebody worse than Beetlejuice? Oh, look, here's what's his face over here. Let's elect him.
Yeah, he's putting forward propositions already where, every child born within the city limits of Chicago will have a scholarship fund set up for them at birth.
Really? Y'all must say they must have a ginormous just extra money in their budget, right?
Yeah, well, no, I think he's going to use all the money that was going to the police budgets for that, because it's not looking real solid for the officers in Chicago. I mean, their recruitment's down a whole lot. Well, I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. But
why would anybody want to go work to be a Chicago cop when you can't do your job? So, the bad guy's out of jail before I even finished my report.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty much the way of it. And it'll be interesting to see how this works, because I'm personally, where I live, I'm more on the outskirts of the Chicago metropolitan area. And even though the state has passed some really stupid ass laws, I don't think it kind of necessarily sinks in with the more scholarly element of that town that crap don't fly when you come out in the suburbs. And all that means is the guy whose house you try to break into that puts a couple in you, he's not going to go to jail either.
No, that's true. I mean, it's just all right. Just give me my manslaughter ticket. Let me go.
Give me my court date and my ticket. I'll be there.
Yeah, wink, wink. Oh, Duke is in a thing.
He is. He's been over.
Of course, on the other hand, they're not huge fans of self-defense around here, so that might get complicated.
Yeah, I mean, y'all do have some. Well, the city itself, I guess the whole state has some messed up gun laws.
Well, yeah, but you can pretty much tie it down to the two major metropolitan areas in this state, because you get outside of the two or three big cities, and it's way more red than you'd think. Problem is population density lends itself to the more dumbasses mindset when it comes to personal liberties and things.
Yeah. Well, all right, we're gonna move on. I appreciate you calling in.
Hey, no problem.
Keep putting out them good episodes.
Well, I'm trying. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to come in and put my 2 pennies in.
We'll get you on again.
All right, for sure.
Live. All right, buddy.
Bye.
All right, cool. Thanks. Talk to you later.
All right, Duke is look at him. He is in rare form tonight.
He's been over here rooting up under me. I don't know what's going on.
There he's. Yep. No, he's in rare. What are you doing, buddy? Stop. Look, stop.
I hear him sniffing.
He is in rare form. I don't know what. No, go get down.
It might be throwing him off with me being in here.
Yeah, I think it is, because you're usually not in here. You're messing him up.
I can go back in there.
Nope. Let's see where we're at. This next one here kind of pretty much pisses me off. I'm going to play the original story. Yes, Duke does love me. Don't get close to her, though. Don't get close to her, because Freebird was walking towards the show or something when he reached out and put his calf in his mouth. He didn't chomp down, but he did let him know that
Well, he wrapped his paws
Yeah,
around his leg.
he let him know, said, "Hey, I'm right here. I will bite you."
Yeah.
Hearing his voice in this podcast kicked a bunch of, yeah, well, Aaron's been on a couple times. We had him on lives helping us out and stuff too. But this was about a LAPD cop that got murdered about a year ago by some gang members. We talked about it on here. Him and his girlfriend were out looking at houses, and he got robbed, and they ended up killing him. I'm going to play the original story, and we're going to talk about it because the gang members.
Before we start tonight at 6, it is official after a long, polarizing battle.
The gang members took a plea deal.
This press conference just wrapped up a few minutes ago, and federal prosecutors are charging 3 alleged gang members and an associate with federal charges, and that's because Sheriff Alex Villanueva says he did not want local district attorney George Gascon prosecuting this case because he says Gascon was not planning to add gang enhancements. Now take a look. We want to show you the names of these suspects. The suspects are identified as 29-year-old Luis Alfredo de la Rosa Rios, 22-year-old Ernesto Cisneros, 34-year-old Jesse Contreras, and 18-year-old Haley Grisham, who is the girlfriend of one of the alleged gang members. And at a federal level, they're charged with violent crime and aid of racketeering, which carries a potential death penalty and minimum life sentence in federal prison with no parole. And Sheriff Villanueva says they did not want District Attorney Gascon prosecuting this case. Take a listen.
If the district attorney, that's their prosecutorial stance, we have the.
I'm gonna fast forward. With pictures. That's the LAPD guy that got murdered. He's a young guy. See, I think they got the pictures of the pieces of shit that killed him. Thought they did. All right, we go to the next video. So we kind of got him and his girlfriend were out looking at places to, I guess they were going to get married or whatever, moving together, and got murdered by these gang members who had been admitted they'd been driving around looking for people to rob. So, and when they saw that he was a cop, they just decided to kill him.
South LA gang members have pleaded guilty in the deadly shooting of an off-duty LAPD officer. This comes just days before their federal trial was set to begin. Officer Fernando Arroyos was shot and killed during a robbery as he and his girlfriend searched for a home in January of last year. In exchange for the pleas, prosecutors have agreed to seek prison terms between 35 and 50 years for 2 of the defendants and 35 years for the third. A 4th defendant, the girlfriend of one of the gang members, pleaded guilty back in April.
I don't know if y'all heard that. They're not going to jail for murder. They're going to jail for some totally other different shit. You murdered this young man, cop or not, you murdered this young man, and they're going to get like 35 years. They'll probably do about 80% of the time, so they'll do maybe 30, maybe, or if not less, because this is California. And this man had his whole life in front of him. I think it's bullshit.
So I would say that they pose a threat.
Yeah, well, they're going to go to prison, but they should go to prison for the rest of their life or more than 30 years of it. Don't you think that this man's life was worth more than 30 years of the other one? All those, you're right there, and fuck them from all in a lot. Not saying all of them. A lot of these prosecutors they're more worried about their win-loss ratio. They'd rather make a deal than go to trial and take a chance. So they make these deals, and all it's doing is helping the convicts. These gang members that probably shot him, I mean, hell, but they might only be in their 50s when they get out. Still plenty enough time to continue their life of crime. Thomas Peter said, Marion County, Indiana, I believe last week it was, a 38-year-old veteran deputy was transporting a prisoner for medical, and a prisoner who I think had already murdered someone managed to overcome the deputy with his handcuffs and apparently strangled him to death and then drove off in the vehicle before being caught. He should have been shot. Yeah, you're right.
That's stuff you see on TV, on the movie.
How did inmate get to the thing? Did he not have a cage, or I mean?
Well, you just transported somebody with no cage.
Yeah, but I set him next to me in the passenger seat. because I wasn't going to put him behind me so I could get choked. He was right there beside me, so I was looking at him the whole time. So there's no telling. Anyway, damn prosecutors. I mean, come on, man. Lock them up longer. 35 years. 30 years ain't enough for something like that. This next one's at least a good story. You know, the cops, you know, people can't bitch about it because they saved this young man's life. Somebody seen this guy with a gun, this kid, teenager, older teenager. I think he was very suicidal when the cops got there. And do what we do most of the time, you just don't hear about it. Honestly, I think it's tragic, and I don't understand why 2 officers are not sent in any of those situations in extra shackling. I know. So problem is a lot of times they don't have the manpower anymore. Nobody wants to be in law enforcement, unfortunately. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's not our fault.
LA gang members have pleaded guilty in the deadly shooting of an off-duty.
Well, we begin tonight with the outstanding actions of Warren police officers coming to the aid of a young man having a mental health crisis. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 Action News at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Now, this incident highlights not only the training that officers go through for these types of situations, but also the compassion that they have for people in need.
7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig shows us how those Warren police officers made a connection with that young man and helped save a life.
It was here behind this closed business in Warren on 9 Mile that Warren police truly changed a teenager's life by saving it.
We had just came from another mental health call, actually.
And that's when Warren police officers Charles Cobble and Chad Rosso got the call that would help save a teen's life. It started with a call to 911.
I'm driving down 9 Mile, and there's this young man in a cream-colored hoodie with a backpack on. He's got a water bottle in his hand. He's got a gun, and the first time I saw it, he had it up to his head. I'm just kind of concerned for him.
Whoa, relax. What are you doing?
Hey, put it down, bro.
I saw his finger on the trigger, and the first thing I wanted to do, the first thing I could do is just try to make contact.
What's your name? What's your name?
The gun the teen had was loaded, and as Officer Rosso talked to him, Officer Cobble positioned himself with a taser and advised other officers to stand back.
17? Okay, hey, listen.
Hey, Jimmy, we got it.
Hold on.
We got it.
Hold on. I don't want you to die. You got a family? You got a mom? What do you think? You got a brother or sister? What do you think they're going to feel?
The best thing that I can do is try to help you think outside of the chaos in your head. You know, what would your family think? What would your mom think? And then that's when he started to really open up, like, yeah.
Can I help you? I'm not here to hurt you.
Mental facility, I wasn't ready to leave.
Okay, well, listen. We'll take you back. I promise you I will personally.
He wasn't ready to go.
Yeah, I was about to say, if y'all, it's low, so I don't know if y'all could hear it. They're talking to the kid, and he said he was in a mental facility, and he wasn't ready to leave yet.
Poor thing.
The problem is with some of these, I've said it before, they keep you long enough until your insurance runs out, then they show you the door. And I guarantee you this is what happened here. This kid still wasn't finished what needed. He needed more treatment. Insurance ran out, so they're not making no money on it now, so then he put him out.
And he knows he needed to stay. He's saying he wasn't ready.
Yeah, the states need to, they want to spend money on, illegal immigrants and all this other shit. They need to put money back into the mental health system. And I remember we used to not have this bad of a problem until these states defunded all the state mental hospitals.
Sure you're taken care of.
And officers Rosso and Cobble say police runs like this involving someone having a mental health crisis have increased dramatically.
It has to do with people either not reaching out for help, or if they do get help, it's not long term because a lot of the facilities that were closed. So hospitals are limited with resources. We're limited with resources.
All you got to do is put that gun down. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, put the gun down on the ground. Stop. Hold on. Turn around. You're okay.
We're all human. We all have things that go on in our lives. You know, we've all been in a very low point in our lives. And so, if anything, I feel very connected to him at the moment because I was able to walk him through maybe one of the lowest points in his life.
You're okay.
Being able to, you know, secure the firearm and take him to the hospital, get him the help that he needed, it was immense, you know. And even the embrace with the parents that came to the hospital and, you know, talking to them, you know, they were very thankful.
You made the right choice today, okay?
Put my hands on his shoulder and you know, thanked him for doing the right thing and letting us help him.
In Warren, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Kim, we sure are thankful for their actions. Now, if you or someone you know is in distress, there is help out there. Someone's available to talk 24/7 on the 988 Suicide and Crisis Line. In fact, this month marks 1 year since that crisis line was implemented.
Poor thing.
All right. This happens all the time, believe it or not. Cops don't get enough credit for it. Talking people out of it and stuff like that. Thank goodness this kid did not raise that gun up and point it in their direction, because they wouldn't have no choice. They'd have to shoot him. You can't take that choice. Thank God the kid did not decide to do suicide by a cop, which happens a lot. And then the cops get blamed. Oh, y'all come and did this and that and this, because you hear it all the time on the news. Trust me, 99.9% of all cops, I'm certain that would rather talk someone out of this than have to put them down themselves or something like that. So good job for them. At least the news finally put something positive out instead of negative on them. So good job for them guys. You know, they don't ever show enough
Compassion.
No, they don't ever show enough positivity.
Yeah, according to the news, they never
Oh
show.
no, you know, we just get up in the morning to just put our guns on
Yeah.
and say, how many people can I shoot?
What are we going to do today?
This next story, I came across it on police1.com. I didn't see nothing on no national news coverage or nothing. This is right here in Alabama, which is close to Louisiana also. 2 firemen were shot, got ambushed inside of the firehouse by somebody, by a suspect. 2 of them got shot inside the firehouse while they were washing or working on a truck. This is craziness. One of them has passed away. This happened last week.
Oh.
And one of them did pass away from the gunshot wounds. I think the other one's still in critical care. And let's see, video number 6. Let's pull it up. You have pictures of
And
them
tonight
on
with
here.
the outstanding actions of Warren police officers coming to the
Jerry
aid of...
Falk, and that breaking news, we are learning more about the Birmingham firefighters injured in a shooting this morning in the Norwood community.
I'm Guy Rawlings. They've been identified as Jordan Melton and Jamal Jones.
Jordan Milton, this fella right here, one with the big smile on his face, who just graduated. He'd been in the fire station about 1.5 years. Just finished graduated fire academy not too long ago. He's the one that died. And Jamal Jones are here. I think he's still in critical care, fighting in the hospital.
Remain at UAB Hospital after being shot while on duty this morning. Melton has critical injuries. Jones' injuries are serious. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane has been following this story all day. Joins us live from Station 9 where the shooting happened. What can you tell us about the investigation, Lisa?
Well, guys, I can tell you that right now the police are working very hard to figure out who shot those 2 gentlemen right here in the Norwood neighborhood, right in front of, or right inside, I should say, station number 9 here. As you can see it behind me, those gentlemen standing right inside the bay doors there, they were open at the time. It happened at about 8:30 this morning. And again, they were standing just inside those open bay doors. And you just heard, we have just learned very recently the names of the 2 victims and their condition. One listed in serious condition, the other in critical condition. We have had Gladys Bautista standing by at UAB Hospital for most of the day, getting updates on their condition. And she joins us now live. Actually, I think we've lost her shot, but let's talk. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing the producer here, but we know that those folks that were injured were taken to UAB Hospital. Within the last 30 minutes or so, we did learn their identities. Firefighter Jamal Jones and firefighter Jordan Melton were the two shot today at Fire Station 9. We've learned Melton is in critical condition, Jones in serious condition. And we've been in contact with Jones' wife, who says doctors have been updating her on his condition all day. Officials with the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service said in a statement they send their thoughts and prayers to the two injured firefighters, their families, and the entire Birmingham Fire and Rescue family. Mayor Randall Woodfin, in a statement on Twitter, asked that the city join him in lifting up the entire Birmingham Fire and Rescue team as during this.
Now, I mean, this was a long video. Fast forward to my.
Those names a little while ago.
They have a. They think they may know who it is. They believe it was targeted towards one of the firemen. I think maybe the one that died. So this was either an argument over something, an argument over most likely a woman or something. But the other guy was, I guess, collateral damage because he was there. But hopefully,
he looked young.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be making an arrest soon. As of right now, the suspect's still out there. I think there's like a $15,000 reward or a $10,000 reward if anybody can give them information leading to the arrest of this guy. It's messed up. You don't hear firemen getting shot, especially in the firehouse itself. It almost made me think earlier when I was putting everything together for tonight that y'all know I do an end of watch at the beginning of every month for law enforcement. I never even thought about, does anybody, I might have to, at the end of it or something, do one for firemen. I'll have to find out from Fluffy. I'm sure they have to have a fireman's down page or something like that. And
I'm sure they do.
And look into that also because who's saying their stuff? Mr. Peters over here says horrible, absolutely high, rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, he was a young kid. I mean, you see, he just graduated. You see the smile on his face in that picture. I mean, he was just totally excited to be a fireman. And whoever thinks they're going to get shot at and killed in the fire station being a fireman. I mean, besides fires and stuff, firefighting, usually, you don't have to worry about getting shot. So I was right there in Alabama, and I haven't heard nothing that's come across my news feeds out here. And I follow a lot of them. Trust me, I'm always reading.
This is the first I've heard of it right now.
I'll have to talk to Fluffy and see if he even heard of it. I didn't hear about it. You'd think that would hit national news. We're going to this other great city where people need to. I appreciate Billy. I am definitely going to look into it. Billy, that's a good idea. We're going to this other great city where everybody wants to go vacation. I know it's in New York City. You can go to New York pretty cheap now and on vacation because they have camping.
Is this the one you sent me yesterday?
No.
This is a different one?
Yeah, you can camp out in New York on the sidewalk in just a tent, and you don't have to pay to stay anywhere. And the one I sent you was from Philadelphia.
Oh.
Anyway, New York City has appointed a new police commissioner. Sounds like the guy's going to be a good guy. Sounds like his department's behind him. The problem is you got this. You got these mayors over here that control the police chiefs, unfortunately. That's why they should make him elected. But he's a 34-year veteran, started out as, just a beat cop and stuff like that. So let's hope he didn't forget where he came from all these years. The problem I have that aggravates me is that they're making a big deal out of it, is he's the first Latino police commissioner ever. I don't care. Nobody should care. I don't care if he's Latino. I don't care if he's Asian. I don't care what he is. I don't care if he's black, white, green, orange, purple, yellow. What people should care about is he going to do a good job. Is he going to do a good job? So let's jump over here to this one. I can't stand.
And that breaking news, we're learning more about the Birmingham firefighters injured in a
Edward Caban has officially been sworn in as the 46th police commissioner. He's now the city's first Latino police commissioner. Caban has served the department since 1991 and took over after Keishant Sewell resigned last month. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live outside the NYPD's 40th Precinct Station House in the Bronx, where Caban began his career. Lisa, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Robert. Well, unlike other position announcements, which the mayor usually makes at City Hall or at police headquarters, this time around he brought it home, right to the very precinct and the neighborhood where it all began for new police commissioner Edward Caban. Now, hundreds of people filled the area here in the streets in front of the 40th precinct on Alexander Avenue and 138th Street to witness city history in the making. A son of the Bronx who began his law enforcement career on these very streets, became the first Latino to run the nation's largest police department. The crowd reflected the wide support Commissioner Caban has garnered over his more than 3 decades of service. A diverse group of his neighbors, community, and political leaders and police officers, both on duty and off, came out and cheered for him. Among the NYPD ranks, Caban, we're told, has a reputation as a hands-on leader who's realistic about what it takes to make New Yorkers feel safe at this critical time. Here's Mayor Adams.
So as the mayor of the city of New York, I'm proud to appoint Edward Caban to be the next police commissioner of the New York City Police Department.
That woman in pink back there is extremely happy,
so
huh?
excited.
She is very happy.
My journey with the NYPD began over 32 years ago. A young Puerto Rican kid from Parkchester, standing on a foot post in the South Bronx, just like thousands who came before me and thousands who have come after me.
Anyway, I'm hoping he's a good police chief. I don't care that he's Puerto Rican. I don't care if he's Latino, whatever. They should care about how good a job he's going to do. I give him a year to a year and a half. They go through police chiefs around there like crazy, commissioners. It's because if something goes wrong, the mayor's going to blame it on him. So he ain't going to blame it on himself. So, unfortunately, I mean, he's got enough time. He can retire, though. So, year and a half. Kelly says, when my brother was still working at the fire department, someone pushed a half a bed frame out of a building and almost killed him. Was it during a fire, or were they just there for something else and somebody pushed it out? I mean, that's messed up. I mean, at least he didn't get hit. That could have been bad. This next one, I think we're going back to Los Angeles. Let me see. But anyway, this one is about a lawsuit in the, it's LAPD. It has to pay $13 million. They lost the lawsuit. I'm sure they'll appeal, but $13 million. It is. What was bad is 2 cops that were working there, I think they got fired or something, sued them and won for sexual discrimination, something like that, and they won. We'll listen to it and see why. I can got it with the
has officially been sworn in
stereotyping.
as the 46th police commissioner.
This former Metro police officer on trial right now, accused of carrying out.
I skipped one. I had them backwards, I believe. This guy right here, from Los Angeles Police Department, he just got convicted. He's looking at life imprisonment. He did get found guilty. Why he was working for Los Angeles Metro Police. He freaking robbed 3 casinos. Armed robbed 3 casinos. Of course, come on. If anybody's been in a casino, they got cameras everywhere. The last one he robbed, I think he used his freaking service weapon while he was robbing it. That's him right there.
Casino heist in the space of 4 months. Prosecutors say 35-year-old Caleb Rogers stole nearly $165,000 from strip casinos using his service weapon. We have some video of a court appearance he made back in March. Prosecutors say he is a gambling addict who committed the crimes to get out of debt. That trial expected to last until at least the end of the week. Brian?
So,
what is a strip casino?
I guess, I don't know. It's not a big, I guess it's just on the strip.
Oh.
It's probably a smaller casino, but he's a gambling addict. I guess he needed money to gamble or owed money. Didn't know. He's going to probably spend the rest of his life in prison. If I see where I messed up with it, this video, it wasn't 7. Did I not put that video up? I might not have. There's no video on that one. Anyway, these cops got it. What they got fired in? What they got fired for was they got accused. This guy they found a guy. 2 units found a guy. I think there was he was passed out in a car. He ended up getting arrested, and they had to have to bring him to the hospital or something. I think he was drinking or something like that. Well, the guy, when he wakes up or something the next day, somebody done shaved off his eyebrows and they drew. They said they drew. So he had a Hitler mustache drawn on him in black ink, and his eyebrows were shaved off and drawn in weird with black ink, and I think something might have been written on his face. But these guys got blamed for it. Well, the reason they won this lawsuit for $13 million because they didn't do it. There was 2 separate units there plus the EMS one, and they got accused of it because that's what guys do. The other one, they had female cops there, and nobody ever even questioned that they might have done it. So it found out
straight for the guys.
Yeah, when they didn't do it, they won $13 million. And of course, they're probably going to appeal and have to fight it. I mean, I don't know if they probably end up getting their job back, but would you really want to go back and work for them people?
No.
So, but good for them. Billy said, "Yep, he's going to be a scapegoat." Kelly said they just went on a call. I think it was a setup so they could kill a firefighter, and that's messed up. I mean, why people want to kill firefighters? People like firefighters.
They like them better than policemen.
That's for sure. This next one here, I guess got pictures. Let me pull the story up. This one you don't hear too often, okay? This one is way different. We're going to North Carolina. Got pictures 3 and 4. Here's the fella right here, right above my head. He's the one that got arrested. Ran from the cops. This is the car he was driving. Flat black Charger. Not a bad looking car. Charlotte, North Carolina. A teenage driver, he had escaped. He actually got away. He escaped North Carolina deputies in a high-speed car pursuit. He was later caught in an unexpected way. They said this don't happen too often. When his mother turned him in, according to the Rowan County Sheriff's Office, his mama turned him in. See, that's some shit I would do.
Yeah.
Her reason for doing this, like I said, because this is way out of the ordinary range. He's 19 years old. This is her car. He's driving her Dodge Charger during the pursuit. It happened on Saturday, July the 8th, southbound Interstate 85. And investigators say the driver drew attention to himself by speeding past a deputy patrol car and switching his headlights off while he did it. Just stupid. He's 19. Of course, he's stupid. The vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed, and the deputy attempted to initiate a traffic stop on the same for the violation. The vehicle stopped briefly before speeding off in an attempt to evade a traffic stop. Sure. What he did, the cop probably got out and he punched it. Because they do that. They'll let you get halfway there and they'll take off because then they get a bigger head start.
Why are you yawning? What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. Deputies pursued the vehicle, and he continued swerving in and out of traffic and turning his lights off. The vehicle exited at Charlotte, and after taking several side roads, the driver and the passenger jumped out of the car and ran from the vehicle, causing the vehicle to collide into a fence. The department's aircraft and K-9 units were brought in to search the area, but the driver escaped. However, the car itself proved to be an essential clue. If it's not stolen, you and mama's car, they're going to find out where you live because they're going to call mama. Anyway, they called mama, and they discovered that it was her son. She brought her son into the sheriff's office. The teenager was charged with felony fleeing the elude with the motor vehicle and given a $3,500 secured bond. I guess she turned him in because he wrecked her car, and she knew they were going to come get him eventually. So instead of just trying to hide him out and making the cops work harder for it, she turned him in, and he got bonded out. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got shot. Don't resist arrest.
Or take your mama's car.
Well, at least he didn't crash it up too bad. And I feel sorry for him because mama probably going to whoop that ass when he got home. Whoop that ass. His bond was $3,500. He did all that. That woman in Chicago over there, bitch, her bond was $25,000.
Yeah.
Right? This next one, all over the internet, you got people, oh, man, he did such a good job. Nobody's above the law. Exactly. We're not above the law. Cops are not above the law. Nobody is. But if y'all haven't seen this, chief deputy, like a second or third guy in command at a sheriff's office, got pulled over for speeding in a sheriff's office vehicle. And we're going to see how it goes.
Former Metro police officer on trial right now, accused of carrying out 3.
The Charger that just went by, sound's going to pick up in a second. This is a city cop. No, it's not. It's an unmarked unit. Just in Florida. No, it's Georgia. I'm sorry. This is Georgia.
Really? Yeah.
Now, the deputy, the chief deputy, the guy recognized him. He was like, really? This is from Henry County Police Department. We took my license back, and the guy was like, yeah. So the cop, me personally, has an attitude about it. So we'll see why in a minute. I mean,
Hello? Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarborough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped-up Dodge Charger belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this at 96 in a 35.
What was the issue? I mean, why is he speeding?
No reason. He's in an unmarked car. He just got a high horsepower car and decided he wanted to play.
It's your traffic stop. You do what you think you should do. I mean, I'm not telling you one way or the other. You do a 96 and a 35.
Okay. Well, you know I don't care for him, so I'm going to ride his...
So now he's on body cam business. Well, you know I'm going to write him because I don't like him. I don't care for him. Okay.
This is a full sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Sir, here's your ID back. This is your copy of the citation. If you would sign right here. It's got a court date, time it's a must appear. Yes, sir. Please slow down and have a safe day. Yes, sir.
Now, chief deputy, like I said, probably number 2 and number 3 in the sheriff's office. This is just a regular patrol cop from a city cop. Get a guy with speed. He didn't even ask him if he was speeding. Was he on his way to something? Didn't ask him. I'll go get this chief deputy something. He didn't get rude. He didn't try to use nothing, saying, hey, I can't believe you write me a ticket. He didn't say a word. He was polite the whole time. I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet. I like to see in about a year if this guy ain't working in the jail or on litter crew or something. I'm not talking about the sheriff's office guy. I'm talking about this city cop that wrote this high-ranking sheriff's guy a ticket. I'd like to know if this guy is going to pay the ticket or shit's going to get fixed.
It's going to get fixed. That's what I think.
So, I mean, the cop himself, I mean, he's just a little cocky bastard. What, he tried to get on the sheriff's office and they wouldn't have him or something? I don't know. I guarantee you he got pulled into the chief's office. he got talked about it because whoever he called, he's like, well, I ain't going to tell you what to do. It's your traffic stop. That's an indication right there. He's not saying, hey, man, I wouldn't write that dude a ticket if I was you. But that's what he basically was thinking. He's
Well,
like,
he's going to get it fixed because he just took it. Like
he's like, but that guy's like, yeah, well, you know, I don't like him anyway. I mean, really?
Yeah,
it's
all over the news.
So, whatever it is, I mean, I think it was a dick move. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I pulled over a shit ton of cops in my career, going way over the speed limit, and I've never written any of them. I was like, dude, come on, man, fucking slow down. This PD guy, he's just a dick. Of course, you got all the people. Oh, he did such a good job. Yeah, well, he did his job. Like I said, they got discretion also too. He could have used discretion in there, but he didn't. So, that's not gonna. I guarantee you, city cops not going to end up working out for him too well. Yeah, you did send me one like that. They had a whole bunch of different videos on it, but yeah, I think I would personally, I'd have looked at him and said, "All right, you're on a little fast there, Chief. Just want to slow it down a little bit for me, all right?" And he'd probably say, "All right, thank you," and been about his business. But this guy obviously has a beef with people, and when he saw really and knew who it was, yeah, come on. Had a guy, yeah. They probably a lot of people out there that disagree with me. Don't really give a shit. I wouldn't wrote to do the ticket. I mean, just the way I've pulled over people doing 100+ miles an hour in a 60, which I could have freaking brought them to jail for also, and I just wrote them a ticket. And a lot of times I'd knock the speed down on it so it didn't cost them so much. It's called discretion. Or I pull people over all the time that, their license is expired or something else. They got 2 or 3 violations I could write them for. Cost them $1,000, and I write them 1 ticket instead of 3 or 4.
Or they have blue halos.
Yeah. It's called discretion. So I'm just going to say, the city, a lot of people's like, oh, he thinks he did such a good job. No, yeah, that was just fucked up. Kind of like the other situation that Florida cop that pulled that other cop over in a fucking marked unit. I guess cops are just at war with each other now too. That's why I said that thin blue line. Yeah, that's why I did that episode a long time ago called The Paper Thin Line.
Getting thinner and thinner.
Yeah, it is. Going to our last story, then we will vote on some hot nuts.
There really haven't been any.
Yeah, they had to have some.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
None of them's been funny to me. Some of them's been stupid, I guess so.
What about the cop that was robbing casinos?
Oh, well, that's just ignorant.
Well, he's a hot nut.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, getting all bossy and shit on me.
Side note.
This last one, we're going to Detroit. Gotta love Detroit, right? Now I've watched the video. This is about a Detroit police commissioner. I don't believe this is the guy over the whole police department. I'm not sure how it works over there. It sounds like he was almost a civilian type of police commissioner or something. I don't know. I don't think he's like a cop. I'm not sure. But it sounds like they have different commissioners for different areas. I'm not sure. But anyway, this guy ended up, he got a ticket also. He got himself so, but he ended up having to resign over the ticket he got. Because instead of stopping for a Big Mac, or an Egg McMuffin in the morning for breakfast, he decided to stop for something else on his way to work that morning.
Nation of Detroit Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson, who allegedly engaged with a sex worker.
What?
What in the world?
What he decided to have for breakfast was a blowjob.
What? Well, you should have led with this one.
He decided to get a blowjob for breakfast.
Stop it.
I mean, so, yeah.
Yesterday morning. Good evening. I'm Mike Duffy.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. Tonight, 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig is talking to the head of the undercover unit that ticketed him.
We're outside the Union Local where the Board of Police Commissioners will be meeting this evening, and absent will be Brian Ferguson.
I'm sorry, I know you audio people can't hear. You hear this reporter lady's voice?
Sounds like a man.
You see her and you hear the voice, and it's like, what? It's like she has such a deep voice.
It's definitely female.
And I asked him, I said, what is this? He said, it's a ticket. I said, okay, for what? And he said, possible solicitation of prostitution. I said, what?
That's Brian Ferguson.
Oh my God.
Yeah, y'all remember that interview they did with the lady? They did. She said, my neighbor came over and she said, and I said, what? And she said, girl, your house is on fire. And I said, nuh-uh. And she said, uh-huh. And I had to leave. That's what it reminded me of.
Not today.
That's what it reminded me of.
And talking to 7 investigator Ross Jones before resigning as a Detroit police commissioner. Ferguson claiming that he only stopped in the area of Schoolcraft and Sorrento around 7 o'clock Wednesday morning to check out a noise he heard in his trunk. And as he was getting back into his vehicle, a woman jumped into his passenger seat.
And I started screaming at her, get the F out of my truck. I was cussing. Get the F out of my truck. Get out right now.
It was far-fetched from the truth.
Detroit Police Commissioner Willie Bell, who is retired DPD, is not buying Ferguson's claims of innocence.
That is just a made-up story. It was not a good story. It didn't happen that way, not at all. People don't jump into your car. In that situation, he got caught in the act. Simple as that.
Wayne County Sheriff deputies working undercover say they observed Ferguson stop his vehicle to talk to the woman they say is a known prostitute in an area known for prostitution. Investigators say she got in and he drove a short distance before he stopped and they engaged in a sex act.
Then the officers approached the vehicle and made observations from there.
She hollered out, please help me, he's gonna kill me. I said, I don't even care. Get out of my truck.
He never made any claims as to there was a struggle or he was trying to get her out of his vehicle.
But he drove down the road a little bit.
I said, get out my truck. And next thing I know, she put my dick in her mouth. And I said, girl, take my dick out your mouth. See, this dude here.
Yeah. He didn't fool that other guy, though.
It's like, come on, dude. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was doing community policing. The food bank wasn't open yet. She was hungry. She said she was on a diet and just needed some protein for breakfast. And he was just trying to be a good police commissioner.
Instead of you serving the community, letting the community serve you.
And giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Or see what I'm thinking is it is 2023. He was on his way to work. He saw this woman. She appeared intoxicated, and he now identifies as a breathalyzer machine.
Oh, hell.
So he just said, ma'am, I think you're drunk. You need a blow into this right here. I mean, it's all.
Well, it worked.
You can explain it away.
It worked.
Several times he asked if he could say something. They asked, what do you want to say? And he identified himself as a Detroit Police Commissioner.
Oh, see, he messed up.
Request came out, can you help me?
He identified himself as the Detroit Police Commissioner. Should have identified as a breathalyzer. And then said, oh, we're sorry. And then had to let him go.
It caught him off guard. I like his
Help me out with this.
Both Ferguson and the woman were ticketed for indecent and obscene conduct. No one answered the door at his house today. Then this afternoon, Ferguson released a statement announcing he's stepping down. In it, he said, after further consideration of the best interests of my family and the board, I am choosing to resign as District 1 Police Commissioner, effective immediately.
People want accountability, and he's been on that bandwagon for about a year. So therefore, I'm glad he complied with his own concerns.
In Detroit, Kimberly Craig.
He was being accountable. He counted out them dollars and 1, 2. How much I owe you, girl? $20. I mean, yeah. He just should identify it as a breathalyzer. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Mr. Blowjob is getting my vote for the hot nuts because obviously that's what he was trying to give the prostitute was a hot nut. So.
Oh my God.
What?
You're so cheesy.
You just mad 'cause you didn't think of it.
I wouldn't have said it.
But I'm hilarious. See, everybody,
Oh God.
my wife here thinks, all she ever tells me is I'm stupid.
Y'all don't live with
I
him.
am not funny. I'm like, oh, lots of people think I'm funny.
No, well, they only have to deal with you once a week.
I put out more stuff. I put out more than that. I'm like that prostitute. I'm trying to put out all the time. That was good too. Yeah, go ahead and vote on the hot nut. We got the blowjob chief. We got
I'm gonna go with him.
We got the ex-cop that was robbing the casinos. He's pretty much a hot nut. And we got the boy that got his mama turned his ass in. We're gonna go with them.
Thank you, Billy. I had fun.
Yeah, I've been asking her to do a show with me for a long time. She wouldn't do it.
This is my hour break from you. When you're in here, I get to go in there and just be free. Now I have to leave here and go in there with you. Like, where's my break?
$10. It was only a $10 blowjob. Damn.
Oh,
Cheap.
I thought it was 20. It got interrupted, maybe.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much they pay for blowjobs. That just depends on if she's got teeth or not.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, if she don't have teeth,
You pay more.
You pay more for no teeth.
Yes.
Don't worry about no scrapage or nothing like that.
That's right.
Looks like the blowjob chief is actually gonna win it.
I know, that's what I'm going for that one.
In it to win it on the blowjob chief. Right there. I need to do a new hot nut page.
No. We need a new picture of the booty right there.
You're a stupid dumbass.
That was the chief. He's a stupid dumbass.
You dumb motherfucker!
Obviously, you don't know what the cops are doing in the same district where he was a commissioner.
Dumbass motherfuckers. You dumb motherfucker! You're a stupid dumbass.
So stupid. Hopefully, been having a lot of Louisiana crime lately. I'm probably going to try to do one this weekend. I don't think we got too many plans this weekend. So besides me needing to cut grass if it don't rain. Y'all, it's been like 100 and hell degrees around here lately. It's been averaging about 110 feel like temperature.
I think the heat index was 114 today when I checked. Aaron, by the time you get your cup, a whole new kind of cup's going to be in style.
Well, I keep telling her. I told you,
it's been done for a year.
I told her 2 weekends ago to remind me to go to the post office and mail stuff.
No, you got to remind yourself.
And she won't remind me. Thomas Peter says someone gave me a T-shirt that says "I'm not gay, but $50 is $50." It cost. I don't know if he's got enough money for me to do that. I don't need $50 that bad at all. I'm waiting on my.
Yes, you're grown. Thank you.
You know what? You're not helping AA Ron.
No, he's on my side. He's wanting his cup.
You're not helping.
He wants his
cup. You're not helping whatsoever. I got Billy's T-shirt and shit too, and the scratches.
What about that whole big box we've been putting together for JoJo?
I need to work overtime to mail that.
JoJo, look, all this has been ready for you. We have a big old box for you. We've been adding stuff and adding stuff.
It's going to cost me $200.
No more in this box.
It's going to cost me $200 to mail that box. It weighs too much. I have to take some shit out. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had fun, even though we didn't have as many funny stories. Bam didn't know the stories ahead of time.
I did not.
So she just.
Well, this just come about with me being on here, like on my way home from work a while ago. So.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Freebird and Holstera. I got voluntold.
Voluntold, yes. Well, I was about to get stuck out.
That's right, Aaron.
You're not helping there.
Yes, he's my friend.
Bros are supposed to stick together. It's not doing. Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. I need to prepare her better next time, Alex. I know.
Oh,
I know.
now listen. Did you get that go-kart flag yet for that truck? He has a new truck, and he calls me. I just passed you, and you didn't wave. I cannot recognize the truck. I need a go-kart flag, some kind of something, so I can see him coming. Thanks, Kelly.
Kelly got her
Thank you.
sliding Biden shirt. Mine should be here not too long. I got me one. I'll wear it on here. Sliding Biden.
Thanks, Thomas.
Everybody, remember to watch your back, watch your partner's back. That we're lions, not sheepdogs. We're going to take care of our pride and the smile, because I could always be behind you. Till this weekend, I'll put something out, and y'all be safe.
Bye, y'all.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my...
Clear.